Hello, hello, hello everyone! Thunderous Wolf here. Welcome one, welcome all to another stream. Sam JR3, Fuzon S, any lurkers in the chat, and the newest addition to the stream, Seribot. I think that's how you pronounce the bot's name. I kept on pronouncing it as Seribot for some reason, but I think it would be like S-E-R-I or S-I-R-I if it were Seribot, so I'm hoping I'm pronouncing Seribot's name correctly when I say that. Seribot, and any lurkers in the chat, welcome on in. I hope you all have been having a really good day today. I've been having a pretty good day, all things considered. Today was a very productive day in regard to the stream and everything, and you will see when we enter the arcade, when we hop on over to the gameplay scene, and all of that. I mean, nothing too crazy, you know, but like a big enough addition, I should say. Yo, Ace Combat Shield, welcome on in, welcome. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Yeah, so, Seribot, I hope I'm pronouncing Seribot's name right. After hearing some good things about Seribot, especially when it comes to Seribot combating things like bot follows and hate raids and things of the like, I went ahead and got that all set up on the Twitch channel and everything. So hopefully we never get to that point where, you know, we get like a flux of bot follows or like get hate raided and whatnot. I've got like the moderation like things built in through Twitch itself, but as with like most things in life, you know, you can mitigate something as much as you can, but you know, something is probably going to slip through the cracks at one point. So you got to have like your like ultimatum, your final plan of attack or final plan of defense in this case and all that. So yeah, I went ahead and got Seribot in here, and we will see how, Seribot, yeah. I keep on wanting to say Seribot for some reason, but after correcting myself on the pronunciation, I'm like, no, Seribot, not Seribot, Seribot. I told you I'm bad with pronouncing things for the first time. I'll get the hang of it sooner or later, I hope. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a worthy investment into the stream and everything. Well, I mean, I don't know if I guess investment would be the right word. It's free. Seribot is free to set up, like for anyone else who's like interested in streaming or they are streaming themselves and all of that. It's free to set up, and it only took me a couple of minutes. I was surprised at how quick and easy it was. But come one, come all, into the arcade. Building my Lego Apollo Saturn V, not to be confused with the Skylab Saturn V right now. Nice. And, ta-da! So, a little bit... Serembot. So, a little bit of a change in the layout here, as you can see. The biggest addition being at the top of the screen there. I have a column for the latest follower, the latest gifted subs. In particular, though, I do wish Stream Elements had a bit more flexibility when it came to the flexibility of the subs, because I could only set it up in Stream Elements for either like an individual kind of sub. So that would have been like the most recent sub, the most recent resub, the most like gifted and whatnot. So I ultimately decided with gifted subs. For that column, and then the latest cheer as well. So for anyone who would want to give out bits and everything, I got that. And then I've also got plans to update the stream moving forward with a couple of like extensions and everything as well. Couldn't quite get to that today. I was mainly focused on just making sure that that this was all set up at the top of the screen there. That was all good to go, and then figuring out how I wanted to change the layout of like the stream and whatnot. Holy fuck, that's a lot of PCSX2 games. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you guys can, like, with, like, how small the screen is, but, like, if I scroll down here, I downloaded my fair share of games, yeah. Does it say, I don't think I can get a numerical count on here of how many exactly I have, but yeah, I've got a lot. So I got all the Ace Combat games up there, I got Air Force Delta Strike, a couple Armored Core games, I've got all of the NASCAR, the PS2 NASCAR games as well. So like Dirt to Daytona, Thunder 2002, there's Thunder 2003 and 4, PS2 version of Undercover, got Underground 2, classic Battlefront games, some Ghost Recon stuff. I hate that they shot John Vim. Yeah, I mean, like, John Vim is still, like, alive and everything. But, yeah, I did have to visit another site in particular in order to get, like, the Ace Combat games downloaded, for instance. Like, the Ace Combat games aren't available. John Vim cannot provide you Ace Combat 4, 5, and 0 anymore, unfortunately. I mean, there was still a decent amount of games that I got from John Vim, you know, on there, but like Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec and Gran Turismo 4, for instance, I had to, you know, see someone else, essentially, for keeping up with this theme, in order to get those games and all of that. Water is that good shit. Rule one of ROM sites is don't talk about ROM sites. Exactly. Adopt the Fight Club Fight Club, not mantra, but rule. Like how you don't talk about Fight Club, you don't talk about ROM sites either. Adopt that motto, and everything. Keep it down low. Keep it down low. So yeah, then lots of Medal of Honor games as well, European Assault Frontline, Rising Sun, Metal Gear games as well, Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake Eater, got Midnight Club Street Racing, Dub Edition Remix, Midnight Club 2, got some Sly Cooper games. Yeah, like I got a ton of games on a PCSX2 here. Out of all of the games though, today, we'll be diving into the second of the 3 Holy Trinity Ace Combat titles with Ace Combat 5, the Unsung War, also known as Squadron Leader, if you are over in Europe. But here it is, right here, right beneath Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies, and in between Ace Combat, 4 and 0 there, Ace Combat 5. I did my fair share of playing through the game and like grinding for a lot of the aircraft, which I'll explain that for anyone unfamiliar with Ace Combat. I'll explain what I mean by grinding for the aircraft and such. It's not as bad as War Thunder's grind, my War Thunder comparison in my Ace Combat 5 retrospective video up on up on YouTube. But yeah, so we will be playing that today. I'm not sure how long I want to go on. I'm not sure how long I want to go for today's stream. I definitely feel like I want to do a little bit of overtime. I'm just not sure like how much, by like an hour, 30 minutes, hour and a half, something like that, to get a decent amount of Ace Combat 5 in. I highly doubt we'll be able to finish the game today just because Ace Combat 5's campaign is substantial. Like it's like, I think Ace Combat 5 is one of the longer campaigns. Just from like sheer like mission number alone, and then let alone how much time it takes some missions, or it takes to complete some missions rather. And such. Fuck War Thunder. Amen to that. Say it louder for those in the back. Fuck War Thunder. Absolutely. So, War Hunter. As someone who played War Thunder a while, I mean, it's been a while back. Back when I was still, like, in the dorms and everything, because I distinctly remember playing it on my PS5 for a little bit, after a friend introduced me to it. So it's been a hot minute since I played War Thunder, and I intend to keep it that way because fuck that. Ace Combat 5's campaign is probably the longest. Ace Combat 3 has the most missions, but it's divided into routes. Yeah, depending on what faction you stick with or defect to and such. Yeah, for 3. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to... Oh yeah, well, a couple of small things here. So yeah, we got the latest follower, latest gifted sub, latest cheer up at the top there. I went ahead and moved the stream goal. My stream goal used to be at the bottom right there, but because I moved the screen and the screen border down a little bit, I moved the stream goal. It's... Ooh, okay, I might need to change how that looks. That is looking awfully stretched. Me playing Ace Combat 4 when I still had it at the 4:3 ratio before Lego made me aware of the 16:9 aspect ratio. I might need to change the aspect ratio of the stream goal for the cameo appearances it may have, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, like, shirt on, yeah, like all my sources and whatnot. Splooey, the Splooey, cute Fulf, I'ma hit the no you, cute otter spotted, I'ma hit the no you there. No you! And all of that. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't think so, in terms of the, like the introduction, like the pre-game preamble before we dive on in. I think that about does it. Yeah, talked about the little changes to the stream, talked about Seribot, and yeah, I think that about does it. So, let us pause the music here. Let us double click on Ace Combat 5. Let us go to full screen. And, hooray for me, Ace Combat, well, PCSX2 in general, but I guess Ace Combat 5 in this case, if we want to be specific, does not shit the bed whenever I swap over to OBS here. Yesterday, H2M was, like, shitting itself whenever I needed to dare click over to OBS to manage some things. But, thankfully, we are not in that spot today. So, here we are. Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War, also known as Ace Combat 5 Shattered, or not Shattered, Ace Combat 5 Shattered Skies. Yeah, that's the hidden Ace Combat spin-off that you didn't know about, only available for like mobile or something. Ace Combat 5 Squadron Leader, if you're over in Europe. Let's load that file. And here we are. So, Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War. I'm gonna keep referring to it as Unsung War because, unfortunately, I am in the United States. I made the fatal mistake of being born in the U.S. So, yeah. Ace Combat 5, Unsung War, the second of what are referred to as the Holy Trinity PlayStation 2 titles. What is considered by many in the Ace Combat community to be the golden era of Ace Combat games. Beginning with Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies, also known as Distant Thunder over in Europe, as the first PS2 Holy Trinity game. Then we've got Ace Combat 5, and then Ace Combat 0 The Balkan War as the third and final PlayStation 2 Holy Trinity title. After that, Ace Combat would have like some ups and downs, later on and everything. We would have the hidden gem, the hidden, I would argue a hidden gem, because Ace Combat X Skies of Deception is like not as known as like the mainline games, which makes sense, you know, Ace Combat X being a handheld and everything, so it's not going to have as much popularity as like the main console titles, for instance. Then, you know, a little bit of a fall, at least in my opinion, with Joint Assault. Then we had the big collapse with Ace Combat Assault Horizon, and then we had Ace Combat Infinity, rest in peace Infinity. I really want that game to come back at some point in my lifetime before I die. And then we had a bit of a break from Ace Combat releases at that point. Just fast forward, I'm probably missing a title or two after Assault Horizon and Infinity. But then we fast forward to Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, a return to form, widely regarded as one of the best Ace Combat games of all time, and hailed as like one of the main games that got people I knew I was forgetting something. Damn it. Yeah, 3D Cross Rumble. Yeah, damn it. Okay, so yeah, 3D Cross Rumble, aka Assault Horizon no respect for Assault Horizon Legacy. Yeah, damn it, no. My gut was telling me like, oh, I missed something, didn't I? Yeah, no, I played Assault Horizon Legacy on stream before. Ah! rip to AHL, rip to Assault Horizon Legacy. But then, yeah, Ace Combat 7, widely regarded as, like, one of the better ones for, like, getting people introduced to not only arcade flight action / flying games in general, but also for people getting into the Ace Combat series for the first time as well. Came out in 2011 or 2015 for the Plus version, yeah. But enough of the TLDR history lesson of Ace Combat, the Ace Combat franchise, and all that. We are here to play some, if I could word good, geez, to play some Ace Combat 5. I am tripping over my words. I swear drunk I am not. Yes, you decided during your field stage that your mom would poop you out, would poop you out in the United States. Me when I should have bought a house instead of being in the second grade during the 2008 housing market crash. Or so the meme goes. Let's see, special new game. Okay, I was about to say, wait a minute, I completed this. Why is it still saying continue? I made sure to complete the campaign earlier today so that I could, you know, start with the special new game. I could do new game, but I want to keep the aircraft that I've got, especially with how the way that you unlock aircraft, or some aircraft, I should say, how that works in Ace Combat 5 here. Ace Combat 5, the best way that I can describe it is that this is one of the games that really full-centered on the story and, like, overall presentation aspect of it. Because the best way that I can describe, like, Ace Combat, the Ace Combat series leading up to Ace Combat 5, is that Air Combat, aka Ace Combat in Japan, was quite literally the prototype game, it being the first ever Ace Combat game to have been released. Ace Combat 2 refined the gameplay, Ace Combat 3 refined the storytelling, and then Ace Combat 4 was like the ultimate test of blending the improvements to both gameplay and story into its own thing. So, after Ace Combat 4, the developers are like, well, I don't know if this is what exactly they said verbatim, but the best way that I can describe it as an outsider looking in is well, you know, we've passed the gameplay test, we've passed the story test, we passed the combined test. So where do we go from here? This is where, now that the developers had a really solid foothold, now that they had a decent amount of experience under their belts when it came to making Ace Combat games, they could afford to have each future entry specialize in some aspect. Be it big or small. So like Ace Combat 5, for example, I would say specializes in, and like you said, Fuzon, bigger and more cinematic. So like more cinematic story presentation / more cinematic storytelling. Ace Combat 6, Fires of Liberation. That's another Ace Combat game that I missed, I just realized. Damn. That game has my favorite non-fictional Ace Combat aircraft, the CFA-44. How the fuck did I miss Ace Combat 6? Damn, I'm Ace Combat 5 pilled today. I guess this is where all my attention is turned to. But Ace Combat 6 Fires of Liberation, that focus was on the gameplay with taking advantage of the Xbox 360's hardware to have what was at the time the biggest battles, like the biggest like skyboxes and whatnot that had been seen to date. Thunder, turn on your Ace Combat badge right now. Oh man, I have been reduced to nugget status again. RIP. And all of that. I'm trying to think. Ace Combat Joint Assault, it being, even though it was like a slightly like lesser known title for the PSP, it specialized in multiplayer play with the joint assault aspect of it. You know, being able to handle multiple missions at the same time, and like how players over in one mission could affect like the circumstances for another player or like other players in another mission, and like reinforcements crossing over between border lines, and like all of this and that. So yeah, that's like the general build-up, I would say. But Ace Combat 5 definitely leans into a lot of the cinematic presentation style of things. So I think you are all here to see actual gameplay and to experience the story and whatnot, not just sit here and hear me explain it for 10 years, however long it would take me. So, special new game, normal controls, English, and let's do hard. And the reason why I'm doing hard once again is because I want to give some of the lower tier aircraft some time to shine, whereas Expert and Ace, you generally need to stick with the higher tier aircraft if you want to have a chance at getting like S ranks for all of the missions and whatnot, and everything. So, hard difficulty, here we go.
15 years ago, there was a war. Well, war's broken out here plenty of times before. They've tried to invade the Southlands through the Northern Valley time and time again. Luck was never on their side, though, and their victories didn't last long. They didn't realize that times had changed. Facing one defeat after another, losing territory and watching their nation dwindle, they built up their industrial strength to unprecedented heights and used it to wage one final battle against the world. That was 15 years ago. They fought ferociously, but were utterly defeated. The Belkans then committed the unthinkable. They used nuclear weapons on their own soil. Seeing this tragedy unfold before their own eyes, the victorious countries vowed to throw down their weapons. The world was once again at peace, and thanks to them, it seemed it would last forever. On a distant island, far away from civilization, the protectors of the peace take to the skies. Red alert! I was in the sky, trying to get the training team in my viewfinder from the rear seat of the lead plane. My pilot in the front seat was howling at the earth below.
Give me a break. I'm babysitting nuggets up here.
Command room to War Dog Squadron. We have leakers, aircraft type unknown. Crossing the border at Cape Landers, bearing 278 to 302.
Aircraft type unknown clearly shows a MiG-29.
Baker, sense it. Go trail and stay close. The three of us will go high and engage the bandits. All other aircraft stay low and out of the fight.
upside down, and my stomach turned inside out.
Sorry about this.
The captain's apology to me seemed misplaced. One instructor had survived the fight, but crashed on landing.
Lee Mao
Was killed
crashed on landing.
high up in the clouds. It wasn't his fault that the unidentified aircraft fired on us without warning. Nor was it his fault that the low-altitude area where he sent his trainees was directly in front of the enemy. 8 people died because the command room had misplaced some zeros.
And that's what happens when you have to deal with numbers. My stance on math against it, that's why.
I couldn't bear to watch. Nagase, you keep flying like that and you'll die real soon.
I won't die, sir.
The only surviving trainee's voice was almost a whisper.
Are you sure? You look like you couldn't hurt a fly.
Her face was pale, but she still managed to smile a bit for the camera. The photo, along with my camera, was confiscated by base security. It was as if our little undeclared war never happened. I came to cover this remote island because I heard that a very unique squadron leader was stationed here. I didn't realize he was this unique, though. This bad-mouthed, good-natured old firebrand could take the greenest of rookies and forge him into a fearsome fighter pilot. Of course, that possibility vanished with the day's encounter. The only crew he had left now were Second Lieutenant Nagase and the few pilots that happened to be on the ground that day.
I know you don't like this, but we're short on people. Starting tomorrow, all you nuggets are gonna be sitting alert. If we launch, stay glued to me up there. Nagase,
Sir,
you're flying number 2 on my wing. Gotta keep an eye on you, or who knows what you'll get yourself into.
Yeah, definitely get your popcorns out like Fuzon did. Definitely get your popcorns out. Like I said, very definitely, or like Fuzon said, definitely leans into the cinematic, like, presentation
Don't get too
style.
comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a grave situation for all of us right now. Let's get this briefing started.
Another aircraft of unknown origin has entered Ocean Federation airspace. We have confirmed the target type as a strategic recon plane flying at very high altitude. Despite our repeated warnings, it continued to penetrate our ADIS and was fired upon by Ocean Coastal Defense Force SAMs. We believe one of our SAMs damaged the unknown plane, but did not destroy it. Radar shows that the aircraft is currently losing altitude and is attempting to egress feet wet towards the ocean. Intercept this target and force it to land for identification. Do not fire upon this aircraft until further orders are transmitted.
Ah! Bumped into my pop filter again. My pop filter is gonna collapse if I keep banging into it at this rate. Ah! Probably a hot take, but I prefer Ace Combat 5 CGI cutscenes over Zero's live-action cutscenes. I mean, I don't think it's a hot take. Honestly, I'm either or. I might be a little bit biased towards the live-action cutscenes, but that's just because Ace Combat Zero is my personal favorite, like, Ace Combat game of all time, so that's just kind of a given at this point as well. but yeah, I don't know. I can see both ways. Skill issue. Hey, that's what you that's what you get when you deal with numbers. I don't make the rules. Yes, sir. Steve Blum, sir. That slap bass in the briefing. Yeah. And unlike a lot of Ace Combat games, we are actually locked to a specific aircraft of choice, not only for this first mission here, but for a decent number of missions. Like it's only after mission 4 when we'll actually be free to pick our own aircraft here.
Bring the target to the ground.
Thunderhead. Oh shit, that's me. No.
Fire at the target.
For the record, that ain't me. I'm way too dumb to be an AWACS operator. I'm not good with numbers.
War Dog 3, roger.
Here, let me slide the volume slider up a bit more on OBS. I lowered it a little bit for the cutscenes. Okay, there we go.
War Dog 4, hello? Can you hear me, kid? You better be marking our tail, son.
I can hear you.
Looks like you're confident at least. Don't get separated from me.
And that right there is an immediate introduction to one of the gameplay mechanics of Ace Combat 5 that I really wish would make a return at some point later down the line. That being the yes-no response mechanic, where you can actually communicate with your squad and like with enemies in the couple rare instances that enemies speak to you, but still maintain the silent protagonist like status quo. And I would argue that the silence of like of there being no voice for Blaze after you say yes or no actually enhances the experience because it leaves you room to give your own audible responses to like your monitor or your TV or whatever.
You're forbidden to fire until I give permission, understand?
Got it.
Good boy.
Dude, whoa, hey, Bartlett, save that for after. Save that for when we get back on the ground, man. You know.
That's for me? You got a knack for comic dialogue.
The way that he says "good boy" is like sweat emoji here. Thunderhead, this is Roz Grease 3. Roger that. What did you just say?
Testing. Attention, unidentified aircraft. Set your course for our beacon immediately.
Also, shout out to the fact that we, for some reason, decided to bring UGBs for an air intercept mission.
Gear if you understand.
Gotta love that. Gotta love. I mean, for gameplay, there's a gameplay reason why we only have UGBs. Like we don't have. There's a gameplay reason why we don't have any like air-to-air weapons, and I'll explain that once we're actually free to pick our own aircraft later down the line. But like contextually in the story, I can't imagine like who the fuck. Yeah. Hey, equip UGBs for the aerial intercept of the SR-71 there.
280, head on. You're not to fire until I say it's okay. Got me?
I got you. Bartlett. Pro tip, you can just get behind the enemy as they're approaching. They don't actually, like, fire.
Heads up! They're firing!
Hello. Hey, Belly. Hey, Belly, buddy. How you doing? Cute pup. What is this cute puppy command I'm seeing in the chat? Just because Bartlett... Hey!
Shut your mouth and fire back!
That missile near missed me. That could have been bad. I got a little bit too cocky with getting up close to the enemy aircraft there. Did you see that?
I'm not gonna watch.
Bro hella overshot his missile there, and I'm thankful for it. All right, let's get to it.
I'm gonna shoot them all down, kid. You mind if I grab this kill? I will, you know.
Sorry, Chopper. This one's mine.
Bulldog Squadron, weapon sync. Hold your fire until further orders.
Now! I got this.
Alright, let's have
Oh, y'all turned. Y'all aren't facing head-on. Come on. They know they can't win the head-on engagement. Y'all are scared.
eliminate them at once. Don't let him get away. Aim straight. Hold your fire. My only regret is not being able to fly with a captain with a sunnier disposition. Bulldog, I
Boom, 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 baby.
follow orders and hold your fire. Nice.
How about no, Thunderhead? How about we engage anyway?
I'll show him who's in command of this outfit. Just leave it to me.
Hey, there you go.
Do not fire at the target. Repeat.
Yo, Doomsday! Doomsday, welcome on in. Welcome. Barbecue sauce, smile. Barbecue sauce is good.
Good. Nicely done, Chop.
Barbecue sauce with like chicken nuggets or something.
Enemy recon.
That's actually what I had for dinner a little bit ago before stream. Had me some chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce to dip them in, some chips, and some chalky milk. Ooh, yeah, barbecue ribs are really damn good too. Yeah. No, I'm good. I got it.
Don't get too cocky or you're a dead man. Stick with me. I'll take care of you.
That is true. You can't get too confident in these guys because as soon as you start spouting out some cocky bullshit, the enemy will be quick to humble you. For sure. Bartlett is right there.
We're in enemy territory. Be careful. Heartbreak 1 to all planes. Is everything functioning normally?
All good on my end.
Good. Let's go. You may fire at your own discretion.
Boom, baby.
Like I'm the only one being targeted.
Dinner sounds good right about now. Leave.
Bogey aircraft is-
Going to fix yourself up some dinner, I assume, Fuzon?
This is your captain. Can you hear my voice?
I can hear you good. Uh-oh, there goes Fuzon. Oh no, I made him hungry. No, but real talk though, whatever you have for dinner, hope it's good, man.
War Dog 4, you still following us?
Yep, still right behind you.
The fact that we all made it out of that battle alive, I'm gonna let you keep your nickname.
I ain't your buddy, pal.
Call you kid, no matter what. Got it? Good. Man, I swear.
Man, I swear, says Chopper.
Emergency transmission from Central.
To all Sand Island base personnel, 1. All information regarding today's hostile encounter is to be classified. 2. Captain Jack Bartlett is ordered to report to base headquarters immediately. September 24th, 2010, Order E011207, Ocean Air Defense Force Central Command. Splood! Acquired special colored aircraft. Hey, there we go. Splood!
The whole affair with the unidentified aircraft was covered up. There was even a rumor going around that it was actually a UFO.
Doggo!
The world was still at peace.
The puppy!
And I
Oh,
witnessed
look
it
at the
all
puppy!
myself. I wasn't allowed to leave the island.
Why do they even bother reprimanding me anymore? I know I'm gonna be stuck at Captain forever.
Damn, Bartlett is fucking tall. Why am I just now noticing this? Holy shit, bro! Your legs, my guy!
But haven't we been allies with the Ukes since the war 15 years ago?
Yeah. That's why we got people working their asses off trying to confirm what the hell's going on over there. I bet they've got hotlines ringing off the hook somewhere upstairs. The government doesn't want to get the public riled up with all this, you know? But it doesn't matter. Soldiers like us are too stupid to think for ourselves, so we just gotta keep our mouths shut when they tell us to. I feel kind of bad for you, actually.
It's all right. I get to be with you guys.
Captain's probably hating this more than anybody.
Hmm?
He used to have a lady friend over in Yuktobania.
That's just an old war wound now.
Chat, PSA, always take the manual save. Always manually save if you can help it. Especially since there is no, like, autosave or anything of the sort in Ace Combat 5. You gotta manually save, and I like to do that after every mission, just to be safe. Manual saves are the GOAT. Damn them legs. I love having... Wait, damn them legs. I know, right? I love having low blood sugar. Oh, no!
Unmanned aerial vehicles probably used for reconnaissance. The UAV will likely return to the launch ship for retrieval after completing their spy operations. You are to halt this operation by intercepting and destroying these recon drones before they can be recovered by the ship. However, do not attack the ship until further orders are transmitted.
All right, we got our orders. Yeah, shoot, sorry to hear about that, though, Ace Combat. Excuse me. Something stuck in my throat. We got some ooh-avs. I graze like a motherfucker, so I tend to fuck up and let my blood sugar... Oh, damn. Got ya. Shit, man, still, sorry to hear about that. Start mission. Also, I like how in like Ace Combat 7, for instance, we get sent to the penal unit for shooting down one person, but we all collectively blatantly disobeyed orders here, and yet we're still allowed to be in like regular units and everything here. I just find that contrast to be kind of funny. Here in Ace Combat 5, nothing happens. But in Ace Combat 7, we shoot down one person, and all of a sudden it's like, you, solitary, now.
Orders are to not fire on the ship, understood?
Got it.
Good. Aim only for the recon planes.
And I get light rest of my body, gotcha.
How you doing, kid? Pretty easy, huh?
So far, so good, yeah.
Okay, let's hurry up and finish this. Hey, kid, leave some enemies for me, okay?
You'll have to come get them, Chopper. I'm hunting these guys all by myself.
I'm glad there aren't any live people in these things, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we can just shoot them down and not worry about it.
My face when I answer no to Chopper's question.
This feels like target practice. Guess this is a good time to have a little competition of kill scores.
Well, y'all are gonna need to catch up. I just smoked all of them. Only bit that's not light is my head. It's like he has a chiropractor for them legs.
280, same vector as last time. Jeez, how many planes they got lined up at the border?
Kind of ironic because I eat lots of sweets. I haven't eaten very many sweets, like, as of late. Or rather, I should say that I eat, like, sweets in moderation nowadays. I'm not normally one to, like, dive into, like, big sweets like Sour Patch Candy and things of the like anymore. I do have sweets every now and then, but, like, not nearly as much as I would, like, casually, like, not binge, but, like, casually have them, I should say. Because, like, if I do have sweets, you know, I'll have them, you know, like, once every, like, other day or something, as opposed to, like, every day, for instance, like, back then and all that. Part of, like, me getting adjusted to, like, a healthier, like, food intake for, like, when I was still regularly working out and such, which I need to get back into working out. Not having a free rec center to go to in the apartment is like, because back when I was living at the apartment during the last academic year, I had access to a free, like, small little, like, gym / rec center in there, and that was super nice. That was like a big fucking like a big like boost and everything, because I didn't even need to go over to the on-campus rec center. I could just, like, take the short, like, minute or so walk, like, from where I was at the in the apartment complex just to the rec center that was in, like, the main, like, hall, or not hall, but, like, main building. There we go. I don't know why I said hall.
Hostile aircraft are destroyed.
All right. All done. Oh.
Warning still in effect. Keep your heads on a swivel.
Heads on a swivel. Got it.
Like I say, they're down below us too.
Boink.
Hey, save the waterworks. I'm just gonna bail out here. We can replace these things. It's getting the crew back alive that counts. Make a call to scramble the search and rescue copter and my reserve plane, okay? Warning! War dogs.
Hey, what happened to the other guy in there? Bart, rip to whoever was riding in the plane along with Bartlett there.
The enemy has declared war on us.
Bartlett's the only one that managed to make it out there that time. Rip to the other guy.
The reconnaissance UAV and the unidentified fighter aircraft that bounced us during the mission have been shot down. The country of origin of the ship is still unknown, but it has ceased operations in our maritime defense zone and has departed the area. Once we sanitize our coastal waters, we will conduct a search and rescue mission to find Captain Bartlett, who was shot down. Furthermore, the Union of Yuktobanian Republics has officially declared war on the Osean Federation.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking of the mispronunciation Yuktavania in like the ending cutscene of Ace Combat 7. Yuktavania instead of Yuktobanian, or Yuktobania in this case. I was reading the subtitles, are Yuktobania. Alright, manual saves for the win. Let's go. And on to the third mission, where we have yet to pick our own plane. Come on!
This was the room, or the cell, I had been assigned to. Captain Hamilton. Unlike his superior, the base commander who locked me in here, he's been very reasonable with me. He even got my camera back. He told me that if his uncle wasn't a soldier, he would have liked to have a job like mine.
Well, we don't have any reason to hold you anymore.
What do you mean?
Yuktobania just declared war. They've launched an offensive simultaneously, too. Our naval port at St. Hewlett is getting bombed right now.
There were only 3 of them now.
Narrow margin. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. If Lupin Gray, if my mod is lurking in the chat right now, he'll pop out of the chat to say minor reading mistake if I try to pronounce that.
Yuktobanian aircraft have launched a surprise attack on the port. The situation there is critical, with widespread panic. Ships from the 3rd Ocean Naval Fleet docked at the port are currently under attack and taking heavy losses. Hurry to Port St. Hewlett and provide air cover for our naval vessels attempting to escape the bay. Among these ships is the aircraft carrier Kestrel. It is the flagship of the 3rd Naval Fleet and a critical combat asset. You must protect the Kestrel at all costs.
Just Krillic for Yuktobania. Oh, gotcha.
Negative. You take the lead, Blaze. I'll fly in your wing.
2nd Lieutenant Nagase, follow your orders.
No, Blaze is leading. I'll protect at 6 o'clock. And I'm not gonna lose another flight lead.
Quit screwing around. This is war. The enemy's all over and they're gonna eat you alive.
I'd better stick to the trail position, thanks.
This is Captain Snow. Call sign Swordsman. Engaging next enemy formation. Give me a position.
This is the AA Cruiser Excalibur. The ship blocking us up ahead. You've got to move away. We can't use our spy radar.
Clear to engage.
Back with sliced chicken and seasoned potato. Dude, that sounds really good right now. Yo, oh, I'm jealous now. I had dinner only like an hour and some change ago. Damn, I'm kind of getting hungry again. Yep, got it. And now here comes the part where we take on the role of the squadron leader of War Dog Squadron. So now we have access to the squad command. So underneath the speed meter there, you notice how we currently have our formation in the cover. There's a couple different ways that you can have your formation out at any given moment. Yep, I got it.
So just say the word.
So, as you can see here, we've got CVR for cover, we have DSP to the left for disperse, ATK at the top there for attack, and then SPW for special weapon. Oh, thanks for the heads up, you idiot! So it all depends on like what you want your squad to do at any time. So CVR is like your allies, your squad mates will be covering your 6 for any enemies that are on you, like any AA defenses on the ground targeting you, any fighters that are chasing after you, things like that. Disperse, your squad mates will be going after their own targets, and then attack is like any enemies at your 12 o'clock, so any enemies directly in front of you will be designated for attack. And then special weapon just dictates whether or not your squad mates are allowed to use special weapons or not. So it's a very simple squad management system. It's nothing like super complicated and whatnot, but yeah. So, and there's not really much in the way of like being able to use it for this mission, but like as the missions get more complex later on in the campaign, you'll have to not micromanage, but like you'll have to manage like your formation more, like as you would like in the heat of battle as like a squadron member and everything.
I know you want out of here, but open up a path.
The A6Es, no!
Give me a target.
Here, go after these guys.
Victor 280. It's no use, there's too many of them.
Also, this whole mission, like the poor Oceans getting ambushed here at the port, but God, is this dialogue funny to me for some reason. Oh, thanks for the heads up, you idiot. This is not a drill. Begin phalanx fire. No, stop! You're firing on the docks! I don't know what it is about the dialogue here, but it's funny to me for some reason. That's pronounced Y-U-K-T-N-O are obvious. That is B, A is obvious. H is, and R is. Gotcha. For example, N is energy and Russian Cyrillic, and is that Ukraine. Gotcha. Chat, do as I say, not as I do. Don't try to micromanage your chat. Do not try to read your Twitch chat and fly. You will more than likely crash and burn and die.
Range to bay exit, 3 miles. War Dog, this is Thunderhead. We need you to take care of the Kestrel.
On it.
We're counting on you, War Dog. Don't take your eyes off the Kestrel.
There, the carrier.
Those are people floating in the waves.
I shouldn't have looked. When that enemy plane crashed and covered the water in flames, there were people floating right there. I could see their faces. So many of them. Somebody stop this. I can't take it anymore.
Oof.
Kid, did you see that? So,
Yeah.
you saw it too. That sea.
Dialogue has same vibes as, come on, England, score some fucking goals! England! From Sky Fox. Alright, squad, disperse. You're free range. Don't deviate too far.
Managed to escape.
Cranium Acrylic uses a Latin-like eye. Nimrods. Will both of those hit? Yes, both of the missiles will hit. Man, I have a personal pet peeve when it comes to aircraft that need like 3 missiles or like 2 missiles and a bit of like cannon fire in order to take down. Like the MiG-31s and like the A-10s and like the Nimrods here and everything. Like pet, not anything crazy, but like pet peeve of mine still, like angy.
Begin operations. This is the perfect chance to improve our battle record. Let's go. Stay on the lookout for inbound long-range anti-ship missiles.
Nimrod can carry AIM-9's IRL. Oh, really? Interesting. I did not know that. Neat.
Missiles incoming from aft starboard. 2 of them.
Man, okay, so speaking of that, so like back when I was wee old baby man me, I was like kid me essentially, like could not conceive of the concept of like bomber aircraft like B2s, B1Bs and whatnot carrying missiles and whatnot. I thought that bombers could only carry like laser guided or unguided bombs or something like that. So I have this specific memory when I was playing Ace Combat Assault Horizon. And what was it? Magic? Was that not your AWACS operator, but like your HQ operator, essentially? Magic was like, bombers have fired missiles. And I'm like, wait, bombers can do that? What? And not cruise missiles? Gotcha. But I remember, I'm like, wait a minute, bombers can do that?
Guess we'll have to accept the loss of a few ships. Almost there! We're almost through the blockade! Approaching gun range.
Come on now.
Blaze, Fox 2. This is what we trained for. We can do this. As long as we're still afloat, we have a fighting chance.
Ooh, the enemy ace. Get him, go, go, go. Attack. Attack this guy. Oh, can we make it before the end is done? Now! Or maybe I can still get you. Hold on. Can I still get you? We still got you. There we go. Good going, Edge. Hell yeah. Zipang!
So, kid, does it feel good to be the flight lead?
It does, yeah.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
This is the captain of the aircraft carrier Kestrel. Our fleet has successfully escaped to safe waters. My thanks.
Zipang's livery is great. Yeah, Zipang's livery is beautiful. Very pretty with like the flowers and everything. Mainly because it's Orpal. It's Orpal. Yeah. Purple's an underrated color in my opinion. Purple's awesome.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 planes.
I love Orpal, same here.
We're all back safe. I can't wait to tell the captain once they pluck him out of the ocean.
But the captain, Captain Bartlett, never returned to Sand Island.
The aircraft carrier Kestrel has survived the enemy attack and has broken through into open waters. Although the 3rd Ocean Naval Fleet...
SMH, I only got an A. Now!
It's still combat capable.
I was too busy with Zipang, I think. Ah, well. I already got the S rank for Heart, I think, anyway. I don't know. Do not quote me on that. I have been wrong on how many S ranks I have gotten before. Base Orbital Enjoyer. Probably get that from my mom. She's also an Orbital Enjoyer. Oh, nice. First flight.
When the rescue chopper arrived, the captain was nowhere to be seen. The only thing they found was the retreating enemy intelligence vessel. This island used to be a place of exile from the rest of the world. It then became our first line of defense against the enemy.
Rip to the VOD, but I do like this music right here.
Who'll be the flight lead tomorrow? I wouldn't waste my energy worrying about that if I were you. We're an auxiliary squadron, you know, so His Highness the Lieutenant Colonel will just come down from the mainland and take over. That's all. Phew. I love this sound. Calms me down. I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Ads inbound? Sounds good. I will we'll let the ads play. I'll get up, stretch my legs, get some agua and everything, and then after the ads are done, we'll continue.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
History homework. We were allies back then. Man, the base commander sure wasn't being subtle about making accusations. Was there anything suspicious about the captain's behavior, he says. Hell, I'm more suspicious about the screw in his damn head. Ah, you're kidding me. An air raid? Give me a break, man.
God, I love Chopper. Oh wait, there's no. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna skip the cutscene, but then I'm gonna skip all this, and then I'll restart the mission just because we have ads inbound. I don't want the cutscene getting interrupted when ads show up. I love this sound. It calms me down. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Me when rain. Same. Rain and like thunderstorms in particular. Mwah. That is like the most. That is the ideal sleeping conditions for me personally. I love it whenever it's actively like raining and like thunderstorms and everything. Yeah. Oh, and there is the ad break. So let's get the music going here. And here, let me bump up the volume just a tad bit on the music. I am going to get up, stretch my legs, and do all that. And oh, let me get the ad break in progress right there. And we will be back and resuming the mission once we're all done. Hey, and we are back. Hide that ad break, pause the music. And also about First Flight, apparently it's a rearrangement of Blockade according to the Ace Combat 7 upload of it. Really? I would need to take a closer listen to First Flight. I don't think I've ever picked up on that if it is a rearrangement, huh? Also getting ads in Norwegian using a VPN server in Staffordshire to Norway. No way. Look up. All right, so let's hit retry. So this way the cutscene won't get interrupted. Here we go. Damn. Norway, nor fucking way. Monka steer. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it's just an unfinished road with the Norwegian flag. Ah, yes. We are here to intercept aerial threats. In air raid, we are once more taking unguided bombs. We are once more taking UGBs. What the hell? Yes, wise armament choice to take into an air intercept. Very wise. Humvee Drifto. Humvee Drifto. Up, up, and away we go.
Restriction is canceled. Protect our base. We're good to go here too. Ready when you are. Control tower to War Dog.
All right, guys, disperse.
Don't let them attack the runway.
I can never seem to get lucky with these, with those two F4Es that spawn in front of you at like the start of the mission. I always try to go for a head-on kill for these. I can never seem to get lucky enough for that. Can never seem to be lucky enough. They always like climb up before I can land the head-on. Right, exactly as combat show. Maybe take air intercept missiles for the air interception. Exactly. Apparently whoever outfitted these planes here did not catch that memo. Go forward. Oh shit! It's fucking. I'm faster than my own thoughts. I was going to say something, but I forgore.
This is Chopper. Jen, have you picked up the targets?
Yes, I have. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So you know how when Whiskey, with Whiskey Dingo, he pronounces forward as Ford. Go Ford, go Ford. Well, Lieutenant Colonel Ford is coming down, so Whiskey will be glad to know that that Ford is indeed going.
The captain shot one down. We need to create a barrier, Captain. Shift our combat air patrol forward in front of the island. Wonder how many squadrons we've lost.
Oof. Mind Ripper. Here we go.
We've got to keep control of the airspace over the base.
We got it. Ideally. No, rip to the rock and roll records. No. All right, get that bomber.
All three hands help the fire control crew. Use the water in the supply tank to put out the fire.
There we go. All right, get back to covering.
This is Chopper. Roger that.
Oh, fun fact about First Flight. First Flight was used for, what year was it? The Tokyo Game Show Olympics, or like Tokyo Olympics, something like that? What year was that? But First Flight was used as like during, what was it, the opening ceremonies, I think? 2020? Yeah, 2020.
Pilots around? I didn't see any.
There's no time. Be careful, Brett.
I didn't see any. Grim just casually climbs into an F5E. Based. Honestly, based. I didn't see any. Might as well take this plane for myself. Based.
Just gonna watch.
Now let's help him out.
Let's give him a hand.
All right.
Control systems are. Do not allow them to get any more planes airborne.
Whiskey?
Right now for the enemy. We have to protect him.
Come on now.
Edge, Fox 2!
Oil pressure. No problem.
Bam.
What was that? That guy's nuts. Another one's taking off now. I'll take over command. Missile, get out of there.
Oh, Oh, there we go. Yes, those front forward like takedowns and everything. Super satisfying, especially when you can get like the 2-for-1 where you get one with your missiles and then the other with your cannon. Fuck yeah, dude. And yeah, that was awesome to hear First Flight in the opening ceremony. Yeah, that was really damn cool. Millions of people all around getting introduced to Ace Combat music for the first time potentially. I am all for that.
Destroy them before they get airborne. This is Grim. I'm about to take off. Can you see me from up there?
Yep, I got you.
Roger. That's a relief. I'm in takeoff position on the runway. Engines full power. Come back! Come back!
Imagine if they were Suburban White Mom was Blaze.
Let him go.
A little bit to the left there, my guy. I mean, fair enough. The runway there. Oh. I'm about to crash into the control tower. That would have not been good. Then again, it's a hasty takeoff. You can't expect to directly line yourself on the center of the runway for a neat takeoff. You gotta go.
Enemy planes climbing up to meet us. Be careful. Get up! Get up! Climb!
Climb, climb, go, go, go! Come on!
I'm airborne.
Hey, finally, there you go.
Cover my 6. Roger. This is Airman First Class Grim. Call sign Archer. Control tower and all aircraft.
Airman First Class.
War Dog Squadron. This is the control.
Airman First Class is an enlisted rank, right?
Take care of them for us.
How the heck are you, as assuming that we're keeping with the whole OSEA as a representation of the US analogy here, how is someone who is not commissioned as an officer able to fly? Or like in the pilot replacement? I mean, I don't know. Maybe OSEA's pilot doctrine is different. I don't know.
Cover me while I land.
Oh shit, I lost track of the group that spawns behind Ford. Hold on.
Second Lieutenant Davenport.
Here we go. Okay, so here's a fun thing you can do. You can spawn kill these guys as they follow Lieutenant Colonel Ford.
He's trailing fire. The Lieutenant Colonel's gone down.
Already knocked out 3 of them.
This is the control tower. Another wave of bombers approaching. Close fast and destroy them.
Enemy missiles are inbound. Check your radar. Missiles.
Good stuff. Whoever fired that missile. Hell yeah.
Control tower to all aircraft. All bombers confirmed destroyed. Thanks for protecting our base, everyone.
Whew, we did it. We done did it.
Was my flying all right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was because of your support. Well, guess we didn't need to worry about Grim after all.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Come on, let's get a welcoming party going.
I don't know if a party is the best thing to organize and like do and everything after a decent number of casualties we've probably had from the air raid just now. I don't know if a pizza party is exactly the best move to make while we still presumably have people that need to be like rescued from collapsed structures or like, you know, or body bags that need to be filled. Do we really want to be doing that? I don't know.
To touchdown.
There we go. Okay, Nagase.
Perfect, Blaze.
Stand by and prepare for your next sortie. Let's do it. Well, first, presumably, we would need some rest and everything, right? All right, here we are. Finally, after 4 missions, we can finally pick our own aircraft starting from Mission 5 onward. Finally.
Of the base. The base is still combat capable with repairs proceeding at a rapid pace.
And I'll finally be able to explain the whole, like, aircraft tech tree, like, thing that I alluded to at the start. Finally. Oh, we acquired, like, a special paint job there, too. Nice.
From the sky, the morning after, Pops came back like nothing had happened, as if the open sky had always been his one true home. Only 17 hours had passed since the war began. Yuktibania's war strategies seemed to be minutely timed to avoid giving Osea any chance to launch a counterattack. I got a notice of assignment as a member of the press corps. I guess Captain Hamilton had pulled a few strings for me. I didn't waste any time going to work. Second Lieutenant Nagase, inside the crew room. She's sitting by herself, writing something in her book. Nobody knew what she was writing. I realized these people may well be the story I was looking for all this time. In fact, I was sure of it.
Once more, say it with me now, chat. Manual saves! Manual saves are the GOAT. Finally, Mission 5, Rendezvous. Who the heck decided that that was the way you would spell rendezvous, by the way? Rendezvous more like rendezvous.
Attention.
Like, what the hell?
Listen up. The biggest mistake Yuktobania has made in their blitz attack is that it had failed to sink any of our aircraft carriers. We'll evacuate all intact carriers to our inland sea, then use them as a base to rebuild our counter-strike force. You've been called to service on a very important operation, people. Keep that in mind out there.
Today at 1500 hours, 3 carriers from the 3rd Ocean Naval Fleet will rendezvous at Eglin Straits. These carriers are the Vulture, the Buzzard, and the Kestrel, which has successfully escaped from Port St. Hewlett, thanks to your help. Your mission is to coordinate with the Kestrel and provide top cover for all carriers during the rendezvous. Should you encounter enemy attack, defend the 3 carriers at all costs. The situation is fluid, so be sure to choose an aircraft with good defensive capability against both air and ground-based threats.
Got it. Alright, so here's where I can finally explain the aircraft picking and like the aircraft management system with you being a squadron leader in this game. So, up until Ace Combat 5, any squadron leader roles that we as the player had been given were like more so honorary titles rather than actually like meaning anything. Wait, what happened? I noticed Buzzard was spelled as Bazzard on the briefing screen. It was a blink and you miss it moment. Wait, this is just Juggernaut from Ace Combat 0 but in one mission? Are you talking about the music like in the game, or were you talking about the briefing music? Dun 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 dun. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to decipher which one. No, this mission is just Juggernaut C. Oh, yeah, the defense of the air-to-air defense of, like, the carriers, like the fleet group. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so back to the whole squad, like, management thing of things. I can explain how the aircraft in this game operate, finally. After well, not many missions. It was only 4, which wasn't terrible in the grand scheme of things. But, hey, we can finally pick our own. So, up until Ace Combat 5, we had more so been given honorary titles when it came to squadron leader roles. Air Combat, Ace Combat 2, we were Scarface 1, where we would give like orders to any wingman that we would hire before takeoff, but we wouldn't be able to do any squad management beyond that. Ace Combat 3, we never had a leadership role given who we played as, or rather what we played as in Ace Combat 3 was built / made to only ever receive orders, never to give any. Ace Combat 4, we were flying solo as Mobius 1 for pretty much the entirety of the campaign up until the very last mission where Mobius Squadron had been formed in response to Megalith, but even though we were the leader of Mobius Squadron at that point, we didn't have any, like, we didn't get any, like, leadership, like, management or anything like that for like the in-game like mission and whatnot. Ace Combat 5 flips that all on its head because we got a preview of the squad management in the past 2 missions there once we took on the role of being the squadron leader rather for War Dog Squadron. But here is where we can also pick our aircraft. Not only our aircraft, but we also get to choose the aircraft that Edge, Chopper, and Archer will be flying since we are since we are the squadron leader, we get to choose which aircraft that they will fly for the mission at hand. As you can see at the bottom there, underneath Archer there, we have the air-to-air and air-to-ground bar. So with every aircraft that you pick, you notice how on the left there we have an air-to-air and an air-to-ground stat. So like 96 air-to-air, 96 out of 100 for the FA-22, and then 59 out of 100, or I guess out of 99 in this case. 99 is the highest, I think, that you can go to for your stats in this game. More accurately, in response to the Erusian young officer coup. Yeah, a group of young Erusian officers, as the briefing officer stated. Yeah, that's fair. But, oh yeah, so we see that. So, like, let's say I pick the FA-22 as my aircraft. Notice how the bar for both air-to-air and air-to-ground moved. We had enough air-to-ground capability, 59, in order to meet the mission's recommended, like, criteria, the mission's recommended balance for that. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if you manage to meet the game's recommended air-to-air and air-to-ground requirement. It's more so a matter of how you tailor your squadron's formation. And the biggest thing that will determine how you form your squadron's formation, like what aircraft you all pick, or what aircraft you all fly, rather, what you pick and what you all fly, will be the mission objective. So this is an air-to-air mission, so air-to-air weapons are ideal and whatnot. But because of the fact that there is a big change in regard to the special weapons in this game, notice how after picking the FA-22 here, it just moves on to the next aircraft. We don't get to choose our special weapon. That is because in Ace Combat 5, each aircraft only comes with one special weapon. You cannot choose from a list of them, like the list of two, or the group rather, of 2 or 3 special weapons that you would get in Ace Combat 4 up to Ace Combat 5. That is now gone here. You only get to pick one special weapon. So, if you want to take on an air-to-air mission, like a pure air-to-air, you would equip everyone with, like, FA-22s, for instance, or, like, maybe a Sukhoi 47 here with the semi-active air-to-air missiles, the SAAMs, and whatnot. But if you have a predominantly air-to-ground mission, then you would take something like the FB-22, which has an air-to-ground weapon, the standoff dispensers, the SOD. There are exceptions to, like, the class of fighter, and then that in relation to, like, what special weapon you get, though. So, like, the F-16 here being a fighter, which in the Ace Combat universe, you have fighters, multi-roles, and attackers, represented by F next to the F-16, A next to the F-16XL, and then M for multi-role. Like, if I go to the FA-18E here, you can see multi-role. So, usually, fighters are meant to take on air-to-air threats, multi-roles are the jack-of-all-trades aircraft, and then attackers are, the attackers are built for air-to-ground threats. Like, each have their own unique characteristics. Like, with fighters, you'll typically have a higher air-to-air stat than an air-to-ground. Though, with aircraft like the F-16 here, that is an exception. Notice how we only have the 30 air-to-air, and then the 55 air-to-ground with UGBs, unguided bombs, as our special weapon. But then if we go to the F-16C block here, the block 60, we get XMAAs as our special weapon, and then a higher air-to-air stat versus an air-to-ground. And then F-16XL, we have the 80 air-to-ground compared to the 34 air-to-air and whatnot. But the main thing is, because of the fact you only have one special weapon per aircraft, you need to be careful on what you pick. And for repeat playthroughs, once you understand, like, once you know that a specific mission will be coming up after this, because there are a couple points throughout the campaign where you will proceed to the next mission with your current, like, loadout, with your current squad loadout. Like, there will be certain points in the campaign where you won't be able to stop and pick out new aircraft for a mission. Like, I'll give an example here. After this mission, we will be jumping into another mission where whatever I pick, we will be keeping that for the following mission after this one, for instance. So, for repeat playthroughs, you got to keep that in mind as well, so you can better tailor your loadout and whatnot. Also, whether you have skill issues or not, yeah. But having skill to fly is generally a good thing to have as well, yeah. Ace Combat 2 may not necessarily be the best Ace Combat game. I'd give that to 0, but it's 100% my favorite. Also, the music for the aircraft selection is very fun, like in Ace Combat 2. Yeah. Yes, doing that one mission in a tornado on my first playthrough. Yo, Basil Smith, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, that one mission. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, the, Well, you know what? I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who isn't new, or for anyone who's new to Ace Combat 5. I don't want to spoil it, but yes, the air-to-air mission that immediately follows. Yep, I know what you mean. Assuming that I'm following you on the same page there, Basil. Yeah. Yeah, and rip to anyone who took on that mission with like a tornado or an A10 for their first playthrough. Rip. So another thing that you'll be seeing here before we dive on into the mission here is that we have a certain connection going on here between the FA-22 and the FB-22. That is because for some of the aircraft in this game, they are linked into their own individual tech tree / aircraft family. So notice how we have the F-14A, the F-14B, and the F-14D, the F-14D Super Tomcat. Bomblet dispenser fuddy, probably not following. I was thinking the one with the boat. Oh, gotcha. I'm thinking of the fortress mission followed up by 8492. 8492. That's as much of a hint that I'll give. The 8492nd doesn't. No, okay. I'll stop there. I was about to. Okay, but so notice how each of these are connected to one another. And you notice the bar underneath each of the names. Like if I move over, you'll be able to see it better. The F-14A, you see the bar that's underneath that, and then the F-14B, you see the bar that's underneath that. We have to fill out that bar in order to get access to the previous aircraft. So here, I could actually go to the F-20 because I still have yet to get the F-20's bar filled. Notice how I only have the F-20A's bar filled up a certain way. You have to fill the bar up by just taking it out on missions and getting kills and everything with it in order to unlock the next aircraft in that family's tech tree, in that aircraft family tech tree and whatnot. Certain aircraft, like the YF-23, for example, here, are their own individual aircraft. You don't need to progress through a tech tree to, in order to unlock anything else. F-35 here is another example. The Typhoon here, another example as a standalone aircraft. So not every aircraft requires its own, not every aircraft, I should say, will have its own tech tree and tech tree / aircraft family and whatnot. But the reason why that was implemented in Ace Combat 5 was, according to the developers, they wanted to give players a reason to use every single aircraft in the game. Now, obviously, you know, more than likely, I mean, I don't know, depends on who you are. Like, you'll have your favorite aircraft, you'll have your not-so-favorite aircraft, especially with aircraft that, like, don't have an aircraft, like a tech tree to progress through, like the MiG 1.44 here. You know, you may or may not want to use that. This thing is freaking awesome, though, especially with it having UGBLs and having the mobility of a fighter and everything, the mobility and speed of that. Super freaking good. But because the developers noticed that they didn't use all of the aircraft in their playthroughs of Ace Combat 4, they wanted you to have a reason to use more of the aircraft. And so, you had to use the F-16, or you have to, depending on if you're, like, actively playing this, you have to use the F-16 to unlock the Block 60, the XL, and then the F-2A, for instance. And I don't have the F-2A, so you just get the Void for that. You have to use the Tornado here to unlock all of the Tornado variants over there. You have to use the FA-18C to unlock the FA-18E. Then you have to use the FA-18E to unlock the EA-18G, for instance, and everything there. As you can see, I don't have all of the aircraft entirely unlocked yet on this on my desktop here. Still got to use like the A6E, for instance. I showed off the F-20, I still got to finish that. And then, yeah, I still gotta buy, like, the Nighthawk, and I still gotta buy, like, the Rafale B and everything, but yeah. I had a feeling it would be the one that with a certain non-existent squadron. Yep, absolutely, yep. Like I said, rip to anyone who took a Tornado or an A-10 or something to that mission. F4X? Yeah. I did buy an F4X, yep, this bad boy right here, with the XMAAs, yep. MiG-29, no KRG, but love me MiG-29. But yeah, so for this one, we are playing on the hard difficulty because early on in an Ace Combat playthrough, I usually like to give the lower tier aircraft some love, or if not lower tier, then aircraft that you normally wouldn't see. So let's give everyone the F-14D, the Super Tomcat, for this one, just because I like the fact that we have XLAAs. Big improvement here. Or rather, personal preference, I should say. You can still, like, have the SAAMs, the semi-actives for, like, your F-14A still kick ass and everything, but I like the flexibility that the XLAAs provide.
Launching in this formation.
War Dog launch.
War Dog launch. F4X go wee!
It was nothing. Easiest mission in the world. That's what it was supposed to be. It wasn't just us, but everyone they could get their hands on. General mobilization. Our planes filled the sky like a huge aluminum cloud. There was no way the enemy could attack. The Queens of the Ocean made it to the inland sea. We've got it made in the shade now.
Chopper, why did you jinx us, man? Not cool.
Permission granted to return to your assigned bases in sequence. Aircraft may refuel for the return trip if required. Hold above the carrier for the tanker aircraft. Everyone's starting to leave. Can we go yet? War Dog Squadron, I told you to wait for the tanker plane above the carrier. I swear, man.
Aw. Give me some slack, man.
Hey, what is that?
In Wiseman's words, man, don't jinx us. Exactly, yep.
Where'd it come from?
Man, don't jinx us.
Thunder Blockhead didn't notice it.
Alright,
Kid.
I see it too.
Have to call him captain now.
Yeah.
I love how casual Chopper is about it. Like, yeah, I love that.
Return to your combat air patrol stations. Protect the carrier.
How the heck did you not notice the Harriers here, Thunderhead? Like, what the fuck?
3 carriers. Don't let them sink even one.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, bum, 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 bum. I'm a firm believer in jinxing. As am I. Because as someone with retail experience, you never ever want to say the Q word. If you say the Q word, then you have jinxed like the entire rest of the shift. Every single customer in the store will be like, customers will coordinate when they are done with their shopping so that they can fucking flood your checkout lanes and like the self-checkout machines and whatnot perfectly. I swear, they will simultaneously coordinate when they are all done. It is infuriating. All right, disperse. They're all spread out now. Get after them.
Engage enemy at will.
This is out of their flight range. How did they get here?
Doesn't matter. They're here. Let's get them.
To attack. Something's strange here, but I'm not sure what.
The what word? Quiet. The Q word. So if you say like, man, it sure is quiet around here, then you have absolutely jinxed the entire shift because it's all calm, collected, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, this will be an easy shift. A coworker mentions, man, it kind of is quiet here. You've just fucked everyone else's day up. All of a sudden, you've got your grandma who's gonna bitch to you about the $1 off of her blueberries or her strawberries or whatever, and you're gonna have another person who's going to like, hey, I know it's an expired coupon, but I should be able to get it, right? Like, no, Grandpa, we can't have any special treatment here. Can you calm down? The $1 off of your thing, like, it's not a thing. It's not a life or death matter to be upset at the end of the day and whatnot. It's God. But yeah, that's the word. That's the word that you never ever want to utter if you're like in retail, and I can't even imagine uttering that word if you're in like EMS or something, right?
With the remaining 2 carriers ASAP. Carrier aircraft are all aboard.
Oh, I love this spawn of the Harriers in particular. Easy XLAA triple right here. Bam! I love that spawn in particular for the Harriers.
All personnel to battle stations. Captain Snow, you're responsible for the air defense effort. Roger, Captain. I won't let you down. All right, gentlemen. It's time to clean house. Blaze, Fox 3.
Ba, da, 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 da. Oh, that got them all. Oh, shit. Okay, I was expecting at least one XLAA to miss. Hell yeah. That is how we get shit done.
They're carrying long-range anti-ship missiles. Do not
All right, back to covering.
get in range. Fly out to intercept. Kid, it seems some of these guys are packing anti-ship missiles. Can you see any?
I see him on the radar. Yep.
Can't let them get near the ships. If we find any, we'll go after it. Enemy fighters.
Dude, today we had like 5 people walk into our closed restaurant with a neon sign that says closed, thinking we were open despite there being nobody else but us. Dude, people will be so stupid. Like, oh my god. Okay, I have a similar experience with that. I mean, not... Okay, I probably shouldn't say that. I haven't ever worked in like a restaurant before or anything like that. I haven't had someone like walk into the store thinking it was open, but I have had like semi like kind of experiences where like basically a customer will like whenever I'm managing the self-checkout lanes, for instance, a customer will ignore the fact that there's no light above the on like the self-checkout thing. They're fucking, what do you call it? They're, like, the screen in front of them will say, hey, this self-checkout lane is closed and everything. Also, when did this F-35 gain the speed of a Foxhound? What the fuck? When did this F-35 get an engine upgrade? And, like, they will set their bags down or something. They'll set their groceries or whatever, and only then when they go to, like, swipe their Advantage card, for instance, they'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Like, they'll swipe their Advantage card, and then the automated machine will be like, this system is closed, or something. And only then will the customer be like, oh, shit. Like, people, oh my god. It's funny, but in, like, the sad way.
A ballistic missile? Where'd they launch that from?
Flashbang! It's funny, but in, like, the saddest way possible. How did you live through that, Swordsman? You are way below 5,000. I swear the literacy rate here is like 50%. Are y'all open? Read the sign. Dude, okay, yeah, like, the experience that I just gave there, though, not even more than likely, I know for a fact it does, it pales in comparison to, like, having someone walk in the store at, like, closing. I can't imagine, you know? I cannot imagine. That is infuriating.
What are we gonna do, kid? I'll follow you.
They don't ask if we're open, someone just leaves the door unlocked and they waltz in like Dingy. Hey, there's swordsmen behind.
Are they sure it's 5,000 feet?
They're pretty sure, I hope.
This is Archer. Roger. I'll follow you, Captain.
We don't have an hours thing on the door because Mr. Owner Guy doesn't like it. That is such a strange thing, really. Why doesn't the owner like posting the hours? Oh, Dingai, not Dingy. Dingai is in Dingus plural. Gotcha. Yeah, I misread that. In before Lupin says minor reading mistake. Why would you decrease altitude like that? Flashbang!
The vulture took a direct hit! She's sinking!
No!
How could this happen to her fleet? Heavy damage! All hands, abandon ship! What the hell was that attack? It was like molten steel raining down on us!
I love flashbanging myself with MPBMs in Ace Combat Zero. Eat my square explosions! from Maxor's Ace Combat Zero video. Yes, I do love unleashing the power of the sun on enemies with the MPBMs in Ace Combat Zero. Did the Belkans conscript God? From Excalibur.
2 aircraft carriers lost. Can't believe this is all that's left of our force.
We don't have enough fuel to get back to base either. War Dog Squadron, we can't get a tanker aircraft over to you. Proceed northeast to Higher Lock Base, land and refuel.
Hey, kid! You really should start calling him Captain.
Forget it. If he's a captain, then I want him to start trash talking like a captain. Man, I'm missing that voice real bad now.
He's got us back alive from battle for the 2nd time. As far as I'm concerned, he's our captain now.
That's right. And I'll never lose my lead plane again. No matter what.
God, that just reminds me of how fucking hard that Excalibur goes. Ace Combat Zero's whole mission OST goes hard. Dude, Excalibur is awesome, man. Especially when you go, like, knocking out the railway artillery and then all the generators, and then Pixie says, yo, buddy, you got everyone fired up and believing in miracles as, like, the music swells up and everything. Fucking beautiful, man. Ace Combat 4's entire OST is incredible, including the briefing tracks. Ace Combat music in general goes hard as fuck. Ace Combat music is... There's a reason why Ace Combat music is my personal favorite kind of, like game music to listen to.
Sunk by a powerful burst missile attack. According to hydrophone data analysis, we have determined that the attack was carried out by the Sinfaxi, a Yuktobanian underwater attack carrier. The specs of this ship are unknown, but its existence confirms that the advanced shipbuilding efforts of the Yuktobanians have been going on unabated since the previous war. The Sinfaxi is a serious threat to our objectives. Emergency transmission from Central. Our army has decided to deploy the military power of the Arkbird to neutralize the grave threat posed by this new enemy submarine.
Alex Squadron intensifies. The battle's begun. So, which one's Nemesis? I've just about heard enough of your tall tales for one lifetime. It's time to see if you measure up. All Lasath fighters, leave this one to me. I listen to 3 kinds of music: Ace Combat, Eastern Slavic from 1978 to now, and general new wave. And here's an example of the game keeping the aircraft formation that you have from the next mission that I alluded to earlier.
We set off for the northern region to refuel.
By the way, the music and voiceover mix for this cutscene is bad, but that's on the game's part. This isn't any thing to do with audio settings on my part. Nagase's voice here is really drowned out by the music. The music's good, don't get me wrong, but just a heads up.
7 nuclear bombs there to stave off the advancing Allied forces, entombing themselves in the frozen valleys to the north. That bit of history should have been enough of a lesson for us all. The 7 Belkan cities near the gate were vaporized, and the local area is still highly radioactive. Our landing point was in the state of North Osea, formerly a haven for Belkans, but now entrusted to Unsung War. If we refer to it by that name in front of a local guy, he'll put a scowl on his face and tell you that this is South Belka. Higher Lark meant a lot to us. Our flight training took place here on this airfield. On the base, we were surrounded by junior cadets, eager to hear war stories. The newspaper article about us, written by that journalist Jeanette, made it here faster than we did. Somewhere along the line, we had become the most experienced pilots in the entire world. Us, Captain Bartlett's Nuggets. We were directed to take these inexperienced pilots back with us to Sand Island when we returned.
Man, we better thank Pops for this. Right back. Cuz, he's the guy who pounded basic fighter maneuvers into us. Now we can lord it over all these guys.
You said it. These pilots had only a tenuous grasp of flying, much less mid-air refueling, so we had to land at every base along the way. I can't believe we have to send them off to guard the western coastline.
Yeah, Ace Combat 5 is moderately bad at times, mostly the times where they say super contrived shit, like, this is why I hate war verbatim. Not that war isn't bad, it's just there are some painful lines, yeah, I do agree with that, yeah. For as much as I do like Ace Combat 5 and everything, I do consider it, as one of the best Ace Combat games. There definitely are some pain points when it comes to some lines, yeah. Like better delivery could have been done, I think, as well, yeah.
Several planes from a Yuktobanian squadron approaching the facility from several directions. The facility is currently conducting pre-launch operations for an SSTO craft. The base commander will provide you with further orders.
This is the commander of McNeely Air Force Base. All units, including those refueling at this base, are now under my command. Engage the incoming enemy. All untrained pilots are barred from taking off. Those guys are still kids.
To launch. Commencing countdown.
I remember this space center well. The mass driver was built by Osea and Yuktobania as part of their collaborative efforts to construct an international space station. Our anti-war president used the surplus funds that came from cutting the defense budget to build it.
Is that the Arkbird?
The Arkbird, a white bird built as the first step toward the realization of the space station project. Now it's left its orbit and is just low enough to graze the atmosphere. It's coming down to pick up the laser cannon they're about to launch. They were building a bridge of peace that would span into outer space. Not anymore. The machinery meant for this peaceful mission was about to be used for our counterattack.
Listen. Yes? Isn't that thing supposed to work like a satellite? Why'd it climb down all this way?
It's a maneuverable orbiting spacecraft.
I know that. I'm just saying, if the system uses atmospheric friction to change its orbit, then wouldn't that make it pretty hard to defend itself?
I guess it'd be in trouble if someone started firing at it right now.
Yeah, so shouldn't it be higher up then? Continue countdown. 3 minutes to launch.
All right, let's get to it.
This is the Base Air Defense Command.
What the fuck is atmospheric friction? I am not the person. I am dumb. You are not, or you do not. I'm having a stroke. Help! You do not want to ask me. I would not know. I would not know. Oh my god, the airborne tank that spawned saved the C-130 there. VMIG, what about BMIG? Let's get it. Was that a Skylab Saturn V on a launch pad in 2010? Also, that spacecraft looks like Venture Star at home. I did a quick Google search of the Venture Star while the cutscene was playing. Dude, that does look like a Venture Star. Yeah, like a dollar store Venture Star. Mom, can we get Venture Star? No, honey, we have the Venture Star at home. Venture Star at home. I guess disperse, free range.
The ACVs are moving this way. Don't let them get near the mass driver. Big missiles coming this way. Come on, baby, don't hit us. Just let us land safe.
Oh, come on.
Prepare to acquire enemy plane.
Give it to me. There we go.
They're gonna get overrun.
Oh, not on my watch.
Those are enemy planes. We're sitting ducks here.
Sitting ducks? OMG. Ace Combat 5 reference? Point?
Attention Allied planes. Destroy all approaching enemy tanks.
I got it.
It's all over if the tanks break through. Blaze, do you think our forces are sufficient?
No, not without our help.
It's up to our close air support to make sure they succeed.
We're getting requests.
Oh, it's the stuff that makes low orbiting stuff lose altitude and re-enter. Oh, gotcha. How the heck did you not get the parachute there, Grim? How'd you hit the body of the aircraft but not the parachute? Huh. Yeah, Grim got robbed of his kill there. What the hell?
Parachute was shot away. It's infrequent. We need some help here. How much longer you gonna let him play target practice with us? This isn't funny. These tanks are gonna turn into our coffins soon.
Oh, it's funny to me.
Our allies on the ground are mixed in with the enemy. Can't we do anything about that? This is bad news. We better shoot them fast before they touch the ground.
I'm with you there.
Shoot at planes with our cannons?
You might as well try.
Guess we better start praying. Enemy tanks parachuting down in large numbers.
You're kidding. They're trying to capture this place?
They're holding the...
That's why the LDEF was losing hundreds of meters per day.
hard work. Just down the drain. That was a nasty shockwave. You sure we'll be able to land safely?
Yeah, look who didn't land safely. Oopsie. Ha.
All Yuktobanian ACVs destroyed.
All right. So, little fun fact about this mission in particular: I was about to say the space elevator. I'm Ace Combat 7 brained. The mass driver here is actually much more durable. Like the runway, I should say, is much more durable than like one may think, especially on like a first playthrough. You can actually let a decent number of the cruise missiles. You can actually let a decent number of the cruise missiles hit before like you'll get a mission fail state. So you actually have a lot of time to take out the... Wow, using a flare? Fuck off. Cheap ass. Yep, I can see him.
I picked them up as well. They're heading...
But as I was saying before my missiles got rudely interrupted, you can actually have some decent amount of time in order to take out the B-2s that are launching the cruise missiles from a distance.
Continue SSTO launch. Recommence launch sequence. Attention all personnel. We only have one chance to launch. Let's all do our jobs and see this through to the very end.
All right, let's get this done.
Weather team, roger. Flight control team, roger. Guidance team, roger. Confirmed kill on a bomber. Those must be the aircraft behind those cruise missiles. The catapult camera just shut off. Was the SSTO hit? The camera just malfunctioned.
I always like to stay around a little bit. Like, I'll start peeling off, but I always like to stay a little bit close just to make sure... There we go. Just to make sure that the missiles do hit, just in case, like, I do launch from a bad angle or something, like the XLAAs.
Missile trajectories detected. Moving to intercept.
All right, so 2 more B2s over here, and then it'll just be a matter of engaging of the remaining enemy fighters up here.
4 minutes to launch. Hold them off till then.
We're going.
We won't last that long.
Those were missiles. I thought that was the B2. All right.
Do you know why the Artbird was built?
Originally a symbol of peace, but now it'll be used in war. Yep. Ironic indeed. Oh, don't you fucking slingshot forward like you're Project Wingman. You are not Project Wingman Crimson Squadron. Don't you slingshot forward like that. I get it. This is Ace Combat, so it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for you to do some slingshotting bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, though, my guy.
Stay open. We got it covered, sir. 3 modes of communication. Wired, wireless.
Scott mainly has a good video on it. Gotcha.
The number of incoming cruise missiles is decreasing. Smoke that thing before the enemy planes get over here.
Belkin witchcraft at work, indeed. Yep. Epic automod bypass. Yeah, it's still good.
Ah, good. I'll continue the operation. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. They're more experienced in real combat than we are. What about the final check on the remote measurement units? Sorry.
Come on, hit. Don't make me have to turn this jet around. There we go. All right.
We'll be safe here.
All right, now on to the enemy fighters. I completely forgot to tell you guys that you can use your special weapons. What kind of squadron leader am I to forget that?
We're getting beaten back. What's going on? That thing can sure take a lot of hits. It's as solid as a rock.
Damn right we can. Boom.
Close in a few minutes. Have faith in our fighter pilots.
Oh, come on.
Don't rush your fighter.
Get after these guys. There you go.
Captain, the enemy is spread out over a large area. Should we split up to engage them?
No, keep the current formation.
Understood. We wouldn't want to lose our formation balance.
Just a little more. Just 2 more minutes.
The captain's missile hit the target.
Come on, there we go.
Check. All stations.
Ooh, good shot, whoever took that.
Guidance, navigation, flight control, telemetry, communications, flight dynamics. Do we have a go or no go? All systems.
I don't expect any of those to hit, and even then, these are tornadoes, so we're not going to get like any one-hit kills, even if we do. We actually hit all 3 of them, but alas, pet peeve of Ace Combat coming in here. Good old not able to get one-hit kills. SMH, where is Ace Combat 0, where they made MiG-31s and A-10s and whatnot? You're able to hit them with 2 missiles.
The tables are turning against us. 1 minute left. Have a safe trip.
There we go.
Damn it! Is this it for us? The Air Force will get us through this. I know they will. So don't give up.
Damn right, we'll get you through this.
Come on, have they launched yet?
Oof. I don't know if I got that kill with the cannon or the missile, but I will take it either way.
First 2.
Very impressive, Captain.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Countdown. 20.
Will these hit? I don't know. Oh, those aren't gonna hit. They turned. Ah, you bastards.
Enemy planes approaching. Take cover. We're gonna launch this thing if it kills us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
There we go.
Increasing speed.
Oh, I'm out of XLAAs. Oops.
Passing checkpoint 2. Passing checkpoint 3. Mass driver hit by cruise missile.
Hey, we got that last kill. All right, there we go. Good stuff. Phew. And we did it! Woo!
SSTO status report.
Right at the last second, no less. Yep.
Everything's clear. All systems are go.